The high-ranking succubus I bought for 7 figures refused to touch me. She would only curl up against my brother's legs and soothe him to sleep. Later, I brought a low-ranking succubus home, but she panicked and paced in circles. Fangs, you could only keep me. Let me soothe you to sleep, okay? The 4th time Ningbing rejected me. She was kneeling beside Fang Zhou's bed, massaging his temples. She wore the black robe I gave her last year. Its collar carried Fang Zhou's usual cedar scent. When I entered, she merely glanced up. Not tonight. Zhou just had a nightmare. I looked at the man in bed. Fang Zhou was 22. He had been on his phone moments ago. Now, he buried half his face in the pillow. Quite the convincing act. He smiled at me. Brother, are you really suffering that much? Why not let Ningbing kiss you first, then come back to me? Ningbing tucked his blanket in, then turned and frowned. Stop it. I'm a high-ranking succubus. Changing energy partners privately affects my condition. Fangs, you've endured it before. Can't you wait a few more days? Succubi stabilize their energy by absorbing a compatible partner's aura. They also ease their registered partner's agitation. A standard registration is meant for one person only. Ningbing had been registered to me for 3 years. I changed the fragrances she disliked. I adjusted my entire routine. I never missed a cent of her monthly assessment fees. Yet she had never eased my agitation even once. Every time I asked, Fang Zhou happened to be unwell. I pointed at the bedside. The cup is mine. I bought that robe. Last month's stability assessment was charged to my card too. I only asked for times in 3 years. And all for times. He needed you. Ningbing, would he die without you? She had no answer. Fang Zhou put on a wounded look first. I never forced her to come. Who she chooses to be with is her own business. Why are you taking it out on me? That immediately brought our parents over. My mother felt Fang Zhou's forehead first, making sure he had no fever. Only then did she turn to me. Zhou, your brother hasn't been sleeping well lately. As his older brother, given to him for a few days. My father's side too. We're not short on money. If you're truly suffering, I'll arrange a temporary counselor for you. Don't stand here arguing. I looked at everyone in the room. The anger I'd bottled up for 3 years suddenly faded. In the end, they all thought I could just make do. Fang Zhou's fear of the dark mattered. My feelings came last. After all, I was the eldest son they only found when I was 23. I'd lived so many years without them. What were a few more days of enduring? I took out my phone. Right there, I canceled all of Ningbing's future appointments. Then I froze her access to my account. Ningbing finally stood up. What do you mean? Since you're willing to be with him, devote yourself to him from now on. I only asked you to wait a few days. Do you really have to sulk over it? I put my phone away. I'm not being petty. I'm just done waiting. Ningbing followed me to the door, her voice finally softening. Then, what will you do? If she'd said that 6 months earlier, I might truly have stopped. I'd waited 3 years. Only after she discovered I'd frozen her access to my account did she remember to ask what I'd do. Isn't there a temporary counselor? I looked at Fang Zhou in bed. Just take care of the person who truly needs you. As if she understood something, she reached for me. I moved away. That night, I went to the Succubus Transfer Center in the west of the city. It took in nothing but returned succubi. The lower the rating, the lower the transfer fee. For those with a record of aggression, all it takes is signing a liability waiver to take one away. After the manager heard my requirements, he pointed to the iron enclosure at the very back. An exclusive partner who accepts only single-person registration and available to leave tonight. That one barely fits. I asked what the lowest rating meant. The manager flipped through her file. Doesn't follow orders. Refuses to be shared by multiple people. Even during observation, she won't use her abilities on command. Her abilities may not be poor. She's just difficult to control. I understood. Their ratings weren't based on compatibility. They measured how easy someone was to control. A woman sat behind the bars. She was barefoot. Silver restraints from the transfer center circled her wrist and neck. Her long hair covered most of her face. As I approached, she suddenly looked up. She sniffed through the bars. Her dull eyes immediately lit up. This one will do. I can accept your aura, but if you take me, I can be registered only to you. The manager pulled me aside. Her name is Shen. Lowest rating. She bit someone in each of her 7 previous transfers. If you want peace of mind, set the restraints to maximum. Shen heard every word and leaned against the bars with a cold sneer. If you're afraid of me, don't open the door. The manager was about to raise her restraint level, but I pressed down on his device. No. Process a standard transfer. The manager reminded me that during the 24-hour observation period, the restraint around her neck could not be removed directly. If anything happens, you can suppress her with the device. Shen stared at the device in my hand. There wasn't a trace of warmth in her eyes. I locked the screen and ignored him. The paperwork took just 5 minutes. Once we got in the car, Shen kept staring at my hands on the steering wheel. At a red light, her stare began to unsettle me. If you have something to ask it. You're taking me home. Is it to bond with you, or to let someone else try me? I turned to look at her. Her tone was even, but her knuckles were white around the seatbelt. I'm the only registered partner. Sharing permissions are disabled. Any contact requires your consent. The last person promised that too. That's why I'm showing you the device, so you don't have to guess. I parked in the garage and handed her the registration page. Single person registration, no temporary assignments, no sharing. All 3 settings were enabled. At the bottom of the page was another clause. The succubus herself could end the observation period at any time. Shen Buyu stared at it for a long time. Do you have any other succubi at home? One is registered to me, but she lives at the old family house, and she doesn't want to come near me. Shen Buyu immediately reached for the car door. Take me back. I'm taking you to my own apartment. There is no one else there. I didn't touch her. I simply got out first. It's fine if you don't want to bond with me. There's a guest room upstairs. Decide after you've slept. After I'd walked a few steps, the car door finally shut behind me. Shen Buyu followed me. Fang's you. Are you really choosing only me tonight? Yes. Only then did she put the device in her pocket. After we entered, I poured Shen Buyu a glass of water. Then I pointed out the guest room. She didn't go. She stood in the entryway, reading that registration agreement over and over. The others made me sign one too. And then, the first said he'd only register me. But on the 3rd day, he brought over 3 friends. She stopped there. I didn't press her. It was clear enough why she'd bitten people 7 times before. I took the device. Right in front of her, I locked down forced contact, proxy authorization, and reassignment completely. Then I moved the termination button to her own account. This time, anyone who wants to change it has to go through you first. Shen Buyu looked up at me. Aren't you afraid I'll go back on my word? I am, but I'm even more afraid you'll think I'm just like the 7 before me. She froze for a few seconds, then suddenly stepped closer. Then may I come closer? It was the first time she'd asked me since entering. I nodded. She took my wrist first, making sure I didn't pull away. Only then did she lean to my neck and draw in a soft breath. The silver ring around her neck flashed red in warning. I lowered the observation restraints, but I didn't decide for her. Do you want to continue? Shen Buyu looked at me. Her fingers slowly clenched my collar. Continue. She moved closer, then glanced at the guest room. Has Ningbing been here too? No, she has never come here. The apartment lock has no record of her fingerprints. No one has stayed in the guest room either. I pulled up the entry log for her. The visitor log was blank. Only then did Shen Buyu release my collar. She smoothed my wrinkled collar. Then this place is clean, for now. Her kiss was light, as though waiting for me to push her away. I didn't. The restless urge I had suppressed all night quickly faded. Her cool hands gradually warmed. As for what happened afterward, it wasn't something to discuss with outsiders. I only remember that before the bedroom door closed, she was still asking the same question. Will you choose only me from now on, as long as you want to stay? When I woke the next day, Shen Buyu was bent over my bedside, studying the device. Her complete record filled the screen. 7 registered partners, 7 failed transfers. Every name was followed by the same red line. Contracted partner resisted and refused further contact. When she saw I was awake, she immediately turned off the screen. Does your shoulder hurt? I looked down. When she lost control last night, she left a bite mark on my shoulder. It wasn't deep. A little. Shen Buyu moved closer and touched the red mark. I'll be gentler from now on. After a pause, she added, if you dare pass me to someone else, I can't promise what I'll do. Was that why you bit the previous 7? She was silent for a moment. Some wanted to give me to their friends. Some compared me to other succubi. Whenever I refused to comply, they raised my restraint level. The records only say you hurt people. The registered partners filled out those records. They couldn't exactly write that they broke the rules first. After saying that, she turned away, as if she were used to no one believing her. I picked up the device. I sent an objection request to the transfer center. I requested reviews of all 7 records. If anyone investigates you again, at least they'll see what happened on the other side. Shen Buyu stared at the successful submission receipt. She didn't move for a long time. I barely finished applying the medicine when my father called 3 times. He demanded I bring back the thing I had taken away last night. The final call was on speakerphone. Shen Buyu heard every word. I was about to refuse when she pressed down on my phone. Let's go back. Are you sure? She looked down at her wrist. You said you would choose only me. Then I need to see for myself what that high-ranking succubus who's monopolized you for 3 years really wants. We're not going back, so they can insult you. I know. Shen Buyu waved the registration device before me. You've already frozen my Ningbing's permissions, but you haven't checked her energy replenishment records for the past 3 years. I want evidence, not a contest over whose rating is higher. Before we left, I bought her a red dress. When Shen Buyu saw the price tag, she asked if it could be returned. Aren't you going back to see people? Why do I need new clothes just to see people? Because Fang Zhou has a sharp tongue. If you wear something old, he'll say I'm too cheap to spend money on you. She was quiet for 2 seconds, then took the bag. Then don't remove the tag yet. After I tell them off, I can still return it. For the first time, I realized her so-called difficulty might simply mean she was smarter than her previous registered partners. At noon, I took Shen Buyu back to the Fang family home. Ningbing was tying Fang Zhou's tie. She looked far too well, her skin radiant and clear. Even the ends of her hair shimmered with abundant energy. Fang Zhou was looking down at his phone. A fresh mark hid beneath his loosened collar. At the sound of the door, Ningbing looked at me first. Then she caught Shen Buyu's scent. Her expression changed at once. You were with her last night? Shen Buyu stepped out from behind me. She wore the red dress with its tag still attached. The tag was carefully tucked inside the hem. It could hardly be called formal attire. Yet she stood tall. She didn't rush to stake any claim. She simply blocked Ningbing's view. You already have your own energy partner. Why are you still watching Fang's view? Ningbing shot to her feet. What nonsense are you talking about? A low ranker is still a low ranker. You catch the faintest scent and dare make wild accusations. Ningbing took a step toward me. Fang's you. She has an attack record. Don't let her fool you. Shen Buyu didn't argue with her over rankings. She only handed my registration device back to me. What I smelled was a lead. If you don't accept it, open the records. A succubus's condition cannot lie. Shen Buyu looked toward Fang Zhou's collar. You replenished your energy last night. The source is in this room. You stayed fully energized for 3 years without approaching your registered partner. Do you really think nobody can smell it? Fang Zhou instinctively pulled his collar closed. The living room fell silent. Ningbing's face went deathly pale, but I didn't confront her right away. I only opened the registration device. In a case like this, a scent is only a lead. The energy replenishment records on the device are the evidence. My mother came out of the dining room. She saw the transfer mark still around Shen Buyu's neck. Her brow immediately furrowed. Zhou. What rank is she? Low ranking. My father's face immediately darkened. A low-ranking succubus with an attack record. And you dare bring her into this house. If you need your agitation soothed, the family can arrange someone for you. Fang Zhou leaned against the sofa and laughed. My brother just wants to upset Ningbing. He never saw anything good growing up. When he occasionally finds a pretty low ranker, naturally he treats her like a treasure. Shen Buyu's hand around my wrist suddenly tightened. She didn't lunge at him. She only looked up at me. I took her hand. Whether she's a treasure is for me to decide. You don't get to put a price on her. Fang Zhou's smile vanished. I took Shen Buyu upstairs, but Ningbing blocked the staircase. You're taking her into your room. What else would I do? She stared at the mark on my neck that wasn't fully covered. Her voice was tight. You once said I could enter that room whenever I wanted. You've had the key for 3 years, yet you never came even once. I glanced at Fang Zhou. Have you forgotten where you slept last night? Ningbing's eyes reddened. I was with the Zhou only because he needed me. Then get out of my way. Fang Zhou suddenly called out from behind us. Brother, since you have Shen Buyu now, shouldn't Ningbing be transferred to me? Shen Buyu stopped, but she didn't let go of my hand. Ningbing was waiting for my answer too. I turned and opened her registration page. No transfer. A glimmer of hope had just appeared in Ningbing's eyes. When I continued, I'll have her deregistered outright. If the two of you want to register together, handle it yourselves. Fang Zhou abruptly sat upright. Termination requires a new evaluation and leaves a breach record. Brother, do you really need to be this ruthless? You're worried about her? Then take on her 3 years of expenses and liability for breach. Fang Zhou fell silent. He wanted Ningbing's companionship, but had no intention of paying the bill. This time, even my father's expression changed. We can handle a transfer within the family. Why take it as far as termination? Because she's registered under my name. The expenses come from my account, but I'm not her energy source. I requested access to the irregular records. The device verified my identity. A string of data soon appeared on the screen. Over the past year, Ningbing had 43 unreported energy replenishments. Every energy signature pointed to Fang Zhou, yet she reported them as nutrient supplements, stability assessments, restorative care, and high-ranking maintenance fees. Every last charge had been billed to me. For 3 years, it wasn't that she couldn't come near me. She had already replenished her energy through Fang Zhou, then came back claiming her condition was unstable, and kept me waiting. Ningbing reached to close the screen, but I moved it away. Fang Zhou. I was only afraid something would happen to a Zhou. Fang Zhou gave a cold laugh. When you replenish your energy through me, that wasn't what you said. You said my brother would eventually get used to it, and once he found someone else, you could stay by my side openly. Ningbing lunged forward and covered his mouth. The two of them began struggling in front of me. My mother hurried to calm Fang Zhou down. My father told me to turn off the device first, so the records would not be uploaded for review. No one asked how I had lived through those 3 years. I submitted the termination request. Ningbing lunged to grab the device. Didn't you just refuse to transfer me to him? I just refused to clean up your mess. I pressed confirm. From today on, wherever you go, whoever you register with has nothing to do with me. Ningbing still tried to explain, but Fang Zhou had already shaken off her hand and headed out. She barely hesitated before chasing after him. She stopped only when she saw everyone watching. She turned back to me, eyes red. Fang Zhou, I stayed with him because he was emotionally unstable. You have always been my true registered partner. Then why did you chase after him? Her lips moved, but she couldn't say a word. Back in the room, Shen Buyu folded the red dress we bought that morning. She hadn't even removed the tag. When I reached for the bag, she hugged it tighter. If Bai Ningbing cries, will you regret it again? No. Anyone can say that. I tore the tag off the red dress. Then I placed the apartment key in her palm. Bai Ningbing's termination was under review. You don't have to wait for her result to decide whether you'll stay. Shen Buyu turned the key over. There was an authorization card attached to the back. It gave her control over her own registration. Forced contact disabled. Transfer disabled. Termination rights belong to her alone. You're giving all this to me. Aren't you afraid I'll run off with the key? Just remember to lock the door before you run. Shen Buyu didn't smile. I'm not Bai Ningbing's replacement. Of course you aren't. If she hadn't betrayed you, would you still have brought me home? That was more direct than all her earlier tests. I placed the registration device on the table. I went to the transfer center, not to find someone like her. I wanted someone willing to speak clearly and willing to let me say no. You're fierce and guarded. You bite people too. You're nothing like her. Shen Buyu stared at me for a few seconds. You could have left out that last part. She sounded annoyed, but she had already clenched the apartment key tightly. She stared at me for a long time, then suddenly slipped the key into her dress pocket. This belongs to me now. Footsteps sounded outside the door. Bai Ningbing clutched the bedroom key from 3 years ago. Her eye makeup was smeared from crying. I've always carried it. Fang's you. I didn't understand before. I'm willing to enter your room now. I took the key from her palm. No need. She tried to come closer, but Shen Buyu had already stepped to my side. Bai Ningbing saw the apartment key in her pocket. The pleading vanished from her face. She suddenly released the sweet scent unique to a high-ranking succubus. It was the scent I knew best 3 years ago. Whenever she passed by me before, I always thought it was her response to me. Now, that sweet scent filled the hallway. She took my hand, trying to make me touch her waist. Haven't you always wanted me to ease your agitation? I'm willing now. Shen Buyu stood beside me without shielding me, nor did she rush me. I pulled my hand away. Too late. Bai Ningbing's power instantly dissipated. You're really terminating me for a low-ranking succubus? Just then, my phone vibrated. Termination approved. I signed the final page in front of her. The binding on the screen turned completely gray. It wasn't for her. I put the device away. I just don't want to pay your bills anymore. Bai Ningbing's termination had barely taken effect when Fang Zhou held out his hand to Shen Buyu. You have no official registration now. Whatever my brother can give you, I can give you too. Come with me. I can have you reevaluated, so you won't carry that low-ranking label all your life. Shen Buyu stepped closer. A smile had just appeared on Fang Zhou's face. When she turned her head aside, her disgust was obvious. You're covered in Bai Ningbing's lingering scent. It stinks. I can get rid of it. I meant you. Fang Zhou wouldn't give up. You're only here because my brother chose you first. Once the novelty wears off, you'll still be sent back to the transfer office. Shen Buyu raised her wrist, showing him her intermediate authorization. Look carefully. When I want to leave, I'll leave myself. No one can send me away. And one more thing, whether I want to be reevaluated isn't for you to decide. Fang Zhou's expression darkened. He reached out and grabbed her wrist. Shen Buyu's eyes changed instantly. She reached back and grabbed Fang Zhou. I thrust my arm between them. 5 nails raked across my forearm. Blood immediately welled up. Shen Buyu. She saw the wound. Her fingertips trembled. She forced herself to pull back. Fang Zhou staggered back. Shen Buyu didn't go after him. She only cradled my hand and returned to my side. Touch me again, and I won't hold back. When we went downstairs, my parents were already blocking the entryway. Fang Zhou had gotten there before us. He had clearly already told them everything. My father looked at his wrist first. Zhou was just being impulsive. The girl you brought home even left his wrist red. Fang's you. How far do you plan to take this? I laughed. I've been back for 3 years. I gave him my room. I gave him my things. Even my registered partner had been replenishing his energy. Today, he tried to take her right in front of me. Yet the first thing you noticed was whether his wrist was red. My mother finally noticed the blood on my forearm. Her lips moved, but she still said the same thing. Xiao's you. He's your younger brother. Why couldn't you just give in and let it pass? I lowered my head and took off my key ring. I placed the Fang family keys on the entryway cabinet. The metal touched the surface. The sound was soft, yet everyone in the house fell silent. I gave in too much before. That made you think everything I had should belong to him. My father's face darkened. For a succubus you've known for 2 days, you're abandoning your family. It's not for her. I took Shen Buyu's hand. Even without her, I would still leave today. The Fang family is Fang Zhou's now. Don't call me back to give him things again. My mother finally panicked. She reached for the keys on the cabinet. Xiao's you. What family holds a grudge overnight? Stay somewhere else for a few days. Come back when you've cooled off. I've lived outside for 3 years. It's not as if you only found out today. This house has always kept a bedroom for me, but not one thing truly belonged to me. My Ningbing never used the key I gave her, but Fang Zhou could come and go as he pleased. The registered partner was under my name, yet he still got every benefit first. Giving that key back now feels like a relief. Someone called my name behind me. I didn't look back. Back at the apartment, Shen Buyu unlocked the door herself. The moment she entered, she tucked the key into her pocket, with no intention of giving it back. You said it was mine now. It was always meant for you. Will you regret it? I only regret not leaving 3 years ago. I meant bringing me home. That depends on whether you claw me again. Shen Buyu looked down and saw the blood on my arm. For once, she didn't talk back. The door shut behind us. I touched my key ring, now missing one key. The empty gap pressed into my palm. Shen Buyu didn't ask anything else. Does it hurt? Why didn't you ask when you clawed me? You shouldn't have suddenly put your arm in the way. Her words were still fierce. After treating my wound, Shen Buyu turned her back to me and swept up her long hair, revealing the metal clasp at the nape of her neck. Take it off. You already have control access. You can remove it yourself. She turned and glared at me. I said, take it off. Don't you understand? I walked over and unfastened the clasp. The silver metal band fell into my palm. A faint, shallow indentation still marked the side of her neck. Don't ever put one of those on me again. I'm not into that. She touched the mark on her neck. The transfer office said that without a restraint device, a succubus like me with an assault record, no one would dare register me. Those are their rules, not mine. If I really lose control, I'll call your name first. If you still don't stop, I'll run. Shen Buyu blinked at that. Then she laughed. You're certainly honest. Just then, a new notification appeared on my device. The objections I filed this morning over her 7 transfers had been accepted. During the review, Shen Buyu's assault label would be temporarily hidden. The transfer office would also investigate her 7 previous registrants for records of sharing and forced control. She stared at the notification for a long time. I'm not going back anyway. What's the point of investigating any of this? You may not care about your rating, but your record can't forever contain only the version they wrote about you. She still refused to soften her words. Mind your own business. Yet she saved that screenshot in her favorites. She opened the registration device and pushed a new agreement toward me. It was a voluntary compatibility registration that either party could end at any time. Shen Buyu had already signed her name. None of the 7 transfers went through. And you're not afraid this time? I am. Her answer was immediate. Then she shoved the pen into my hand. But you gave me the key, and you gave me the button to leave. So, I'm willing to try once. I signed my name. The device confirmed the registration was successful. Shen Buyu immediately snatched the screen away, as if afraid I'd changed my mind. Do you still need to replenish your energy tonight? She leaned closer, draping an arm over my shoulder. Ask me first if I want to. So I did. Shen Buyu, are you willing? She lowered her head and kissed me. This time, there was no red warning light. No one held a control device, either. On the entryway cabinet lay only the apartment key she had just set down. As for that collar-like silver band that had bound her